Hey, this is Matt once again with the in the video, and this is a paid request for Ryan. Thank you so much. I know you sent in quite a bit. I'll get to them as soon as I can, but thank you for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. But this is for 2 episodes of Futurama, 2 from season 6, All the President's Heads, and Cold Warriors. And like I said, I didn't grow up a whole lot with Futurama. Thanks to Ryan, I did see a few episodes. I remember seeing stuff way back in the day. I know it's a show that went through a lot of different networks. It went from Fox, then it went to comedy. It was on Adult Swim at one point. It was Comedy Central at one point. I forget where it's at now. Hulu or something. It went to a lot of different... It's had a lot of different homes. Let me put it that way. But obviously, there's some kind of success for these companies to still help keep it alive. Now, these 2 episodes were alright. Like, they were cute. I wouldn't say they were episodes that I loved. They weren't episodes I found insanely hilarious. But they were cute for what they needed to be. I think the voice actors did their jobs, like Katie Siegel, among others. The guy who voices Bender, they definitely fit their roles very well. All the President's Heads, Fry, our lead, his job is to feed severed heads at the President's Museum. They kind of urge him, let's have a party. He invites his crew, Bender and everybody else there. But they start... the heads, they have this liquid in their jars, and some of them start licking or drinking it, and apparently that also causes time travel. Until ultimately someone drinks a whole lot, and they travel back to like 1775, the colonial times. Now, before we did that, I will admit there were a couple parts that did make me chuckle. Especially the voice of the president, James Madison. Because, hey, show us, they're trying to be playful and tease. Someone said something about elbows or showing some, some nudity. And the way James Madison whispers, or ankle. Something about that was kind of funny, creepy but funny. Like, just came out of the woodwork. I'm like, was that a thing with James Madison? Like, he liked ankles or something? But just how he whispered it kind of made me laugh. Or ankle. And then they do have Gerald Ford, who, of course, was on The Simpsons. And he was like buddies. That was when Homer and George Bush were neighbors, and they were fighting back and forth, and he moved out, but then Gerald Ford moved in, and they kind of viewed him as clumsy as Homer. So here, he's a head in a jar, and he goes, I'm Jerry, I like movies. So apparently, they definitely looked at Gerald Ford as an idiot. So I just kind of funny, they kind of have this running gag with Gerald Ford, and how they view of him. But yeah, the jar of juice equals time travel. They go back to the colonial era. They meet people like Benjamin Franklin. And the professor, the reason he wants to go back is because apparently one of his ancestors was a traitor to the colonies and had this like fake money printed, and they're trying to stop him. Of course, they screw up. In particular, Fry screws up because, the whole thing, the redcoats are coming, and the lanterns. Was it two if by sea, one by land? He takes one of the lanterns, so when the guy sees it, Paul Revere, oh, it's one, so it must be by land, while technically it was by sea. So when they go back, things have changed to much more of a British Empire because Fry screwed up. There's definitely some fun bits of humor. I will admit that I chuckled. Like, they need to get from point A to point B back to the day. They don't know how they do it, so Ben Franklin has an idea with a kite. And Bender's like, well, I don't know how that's going to work. So they tied the bender so when it keeps shocking him, he'll pull the buggy faster. I thought that was kind of funny. Also, this idea of everyone has a bat, but then they have like an animal attached to it, as if that's going to make it much more dangerous. It's a bat, but this time it has a squirrel or something on it. So like everybody has these bats with animals on it. These poor guys. I like Bender's accent when they come back, and he hears, "Oh, what's with the fruity accent? Bollocks, I have it too." I thought it was a bit weird that they do change it. They fix everything kind of off screen. Because they disappear, then they come back, and they just say what happened. Now, granted, that saves a bit of money in terms of animating it, but I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird. Maybe that's part of the joke, is usually you would see this type of thing, but now you don't get to see it. So I get it, but... And yeah, I thought there was some funny stuff in it. I thought there was some entertaining... There's really nothing about it that I disliked. Same with Code Warriors, where it tries to do a bit of a flashback. Throughout the episode, there's flashbacks to Fry with his dad, and his dad's always pushing him to be stronger, be tougher. Gets him on this ice where he falls through and he's freezing. "Oh, don't worry, you'll freeze before you drown." And he says, "Well, I'm going to have a project for the science fair. Something about this experiment will go up on a ship for NASA," and his dad never believes in him. But the kid tries, but he does fail. His idea is to have a guinea pig be sick. I had to tell they were trying to lead people one way and swerve them. But I kind of figured what they were going with in the first place. Because in the modern time, Fry, they go ice fishing, he falls in, he gets sick. But apparently the common cold has not been around for a while. So the rest of the crew gets sick, they get quarantined, and then the whole city, Manhattan, gets sick. So the government picks it all up and want to fling it to the sun. But then Fry's got the idea of, oh, I know where we could get some germs. Goes up, and what they're wanting you to think is, oh, Fry's experiment was successful. It went up, and then they're going to get it from the guinea pig. But of course, is that the case? Even Fry puts it, that's stupid of me to think, that guinea pig would be alive all this time. Plus, he even admits, he did lose the school project back to the day, and apparently the guinea pig got ran over in the damn parking lot or something. Poor guy. But they're trying to make you think, oh, Fry's going to save it because his experiment was successful and he wasn't as dumb as people thought he was. But no, he is as dumb. And I kind of expected they go that way. So this other smart kid had these little vials of contamination. They use that for a cure. And there's a couple stuff that were kind of fun to see, like the quarantine, Katie Seagull, Leela's trying to escape, and the people outside go, "Containment procedure," which is just a broom, and they beat her up with a broom, swat her away. A flashback where they have the guinea pig and Fry's testing it like you would test an astronaut. And it's to the song "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us" from the Mannequin soundtrack. Not there forever, nothing's gonna stop us now. I love that song by Starship. I think that's a great song. It's always great to hear that. I also like that at the end, Leela is supportive So it shows a bit of heart that, oh, I think your dad would be proud of you. So I like that. I like that they didn't just go with the snarky cynicism of no one's ever supportive of another character. Just if you do that enough times, then you just kind of get a bit jaded. So I appreciate that, it tries to be a bit heartfelt, but it's not nearly as good as, say, the episode with the dog, where you find out what the dog really did and was waiting outside the pizza place the whole time. Like, it tries to be where, oh, it shows a flashback of the dad saying, I just want you to grow up strong and resilient. Like, it tries to be emotional, but I think either because of the character of the father and the voice they gave him and the way he behaved for the rest of it, I just didn't buy it. It felt as if, well, we have to force this ending onto here. It didn't feel genuine. Just again, the way the dad acted throughout most of it was just very nonchalant and not caring about Fry's feelings, not caring what he thinks. So it just felt like, well, we gotta have this ending where there's never any moment where the father like has a moment of his eyes get kind of sad or he's regretful of something. Even just a look, even just a moment. I know, like, The Simpsons would do that, at least, to lead into a bit more of the emotional parts. So I do think, I know it's the same guy, Matt Groening, but I don't know how much involvement he has in the 6th season. But, yeah, I didn't really buy the emotional part of it. Like I said, the parts that I remember is the Nothing's Gonna Stop Us song. Also, Obama has a cameo in a way where it shows a flashback where Obama's a pizza delivery guy. Oh, that guy will never amount to anything. I said, okay, here comes random Obama appearance. It's not his voice, but you tell it's supposed to be him. I should go back to law school, I think is what he says. So like I said, it's cute. Like when I say cute, like the animation is very nicely done. The voice cast, which the give credit's due on the voice cast. I'm bad with names, but I just want to give a shout out. John DiMaggio as Bender, Billy West as Fry, who of course Billy West was on Ren and Stimpy among other stuff. Katie Siegel as Leela, Phil Lamar as Hermes, Lauren Thomas, Amy Wong. They definitely do their jobs well. So it's nothing that I found hilarious, but they were fine for what they needed to be. Like I say, it's hard for me to get mad at a 20-minute episode that they still went by fast. That's the thing. Even if it's a lesser episode, they still go by pretty fast because they're colorful with the way the future looks, and because it's 20 minutes, they don't have much time to dawdle. So it's usually going to be a fast-paced type of event. And this harmless. There's nothing egregious about these. I'd probably say all the President's Heads I liked more. Because in the Cold Warriors, again, that ending just felt a bit kind of forced. Like I said, I didn't think it was genuine. But overall, they were fine for what they needed to be. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.